morning. I'm Terra, this is Evan. We are Live Yoga Channel. Thank you for joining us this morning for about an hour and 15-minute Hatha Yoga classical practice designed to warm up the body and connect to spirit. So we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for your patience this morning. Find a comfortable seated position. The back of the neck is long. Feel grounded into the mat. The chin is tilted down slightly. Close the eyes and allow the breath to begin to expand in the belly. Grow tall along the side ribs, up to the shoulders. And then exhale through the nose, all the way back down to the sits bones. And just witness this with your eyes closed and the nostrils, the breath moving in and out of the nostrils the next few rounds. Paying attention to the temperature on the upper lip, the inhalations and the exhalations. Go ahead and open your eyes after your next exhalation. We'll move to Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. It's a forceful exhalation through the nose and a passive inhalation through the nostrils. It'll happen on its own. And as you exhale, you're also going to be drawing that belly button back to the spine. So stay relaxed in the face, follow my cue. Inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, 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 release all the breath. Inhale, half lung of air. Press the hands into the thighs, draw the shoulders up to the ears, tuck the chin into the chest. With the eyes closed, take the gaze in between the eyebrow center. This is a breath retention we call kumbha. If you need the breath, release the locks. Stay here as long as you can. Go ahead and release the locks. One long full breath in and out through the nose. We'll do this kumbha breath retention one more time. Inhale, half lung of air. Drop the chin, draw the shoulders to the ears. Tuck the belly button towards the spine and drop the perineum muscles as if you're preventing yourself from going to the loo. Hold this energy inside the body. Let it purify. Exhale, release. Let the breath be long and slow through the nose. Moving to yoga for the eyes. We're going to keep the head and shoulders straight, moving only the eyes. So inhale, exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in, exhale, look far right, far left, far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in, exhale, look down, look far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, look far left, look up, look far right, look down, center. Now instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. So bring the right hand out in front. The pointer finger is pointing up and it's in line with the shoulder. So the elbow's extended, and at first go ahead and look past the finger. Bring the gaze back to the pointer finger. Begin to bend the elbow, draw the finger towards the nose. Do your best to not blink. It's okay if you do. And then as you exhale, take that finger, extend it back out. And when the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Bring the gaze back to the fingertip. Inhale. Strengthening the rods, the cones, and the retinas. Look past the finger. Last time. Inhale. And then bring the finger back out on an exhale. Look past the finger. When it's straight, release the hands. We're going to bring some heat into our palms. Make it as fast as you can. Cup the right palm over the right eye. Cup the left palm over the left eye. Do your best to not let any light into the hands and stare straight into the darkness of the palms. Soothing all of the eyes. Inhaling through the nostrils. Purifying our eyes. Giving thanks for our vision. Go ahead and release the hands. Shake it out. Let's interlace the hands. Extend them out in front. And then overhead, stretch long. Press those palms up towards the ceiling. Let the chin be level with the floor. And then as you're breathing here through the nose, activate the Ujjayi breath. It's a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Some say it sounds like Darth Vader. We'll return to this breath often. Utilizing our breath as our guide throughout this practice. If we're straining in our breath, this is indicative of let's go ahead and back off. And if we are relaxed in the face, our breath is long and steady, then that is an invitation to perhaps take it to the next phase. So please honor your body. It changes each day, and you are the expert of your body. Go ahead and release your hands. Shake it out. And bring the back of the palms together across the right hand over the left. Interlace the hands, draw them in towards the chest, and then out, down, as far as you can, towards the earth again. Staying soft in the face, long, slow breath. Stretching everything from the fingers all the way up to the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Release the hands. We'll change sides. You might feel totally different on this side. You may be able to stretch more, you may be able to stretch less. Please honor your body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Go ahead and extend the legs out in front, coming into stick pose. So that the sit bones are grounded into the earth. The toes are pointing up towards the ceiling, and we'll start with yoga for the toes. We're just going to bend the toes. So 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 hold. Go ahead and cross the right leg over the left. We're going to interlace the toes just like we did with the fingers. Don't use your hands. And try 1 toe, 2 toes, 3 toes. If you get 1, it's magnificent. If you get 5, that's incredible too. Just go with where you are, try, and then when you get to where you are today, squeeze. So this activates everything, all the nerve endings from the tip of the toes all the way up to the sciatica, turning our body on. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This is really great for grounding. And release. We'll switch sides. squeeze, and release. This time we're going to stretch the ankles forward and back. So 1 release, 2 release, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. We'll make circles first clockwise with the ankles. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Opposite. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Warming up from the toes, the ankles, the knees. We're going to bend the left knee and take our elbows underneath, grab onto both elbows, straighten in the spine. We'll make circles with the knee. First clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then opposite. Extend that leg out in front. We'll do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Reverse. Extend the leg. We're warming up the quads. Come up to the front of the mat. Take the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Take the left ankle to the left hip. We're going to lean back on our hands and begin to lean back. Pause, and just go ahead and drop down to your forearms, and you'll begin to notice the stretch all along the psoas, opening up the quad. Perhaps this is your pose today. You stay here and breathe. If this is easy for you and you want to take it further, you can drop your head down to the mat. You can even take your whole spine onto the mat and bring your arms up overhead, honoring where you are today for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Bring the arms to the earth. Help the body upright. We're going to switch sides. Again, honoring that it might feel totally different on this side. So go to your degree and then utilize the breath. Noticing on each exhalation how the body relieves itself even more. So there's where we may have felt tight and sore. When we stay there for a few breaths, it warms up the space, and then we can maybe even take it to the next. Staying here for 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the hands back by the sides. Help the body upright, and then we're going to come up to the front of the mat. There's a lot of shadows. Let's bring our feet together, roll the shoulders up and back. Let the chin be slightly tilted down so you feel aligned all through your spine, from the heels through the top of the head up through the ceiling. Go ahead and close your eyes and remember the most beautiful sunrise or sunset you've seen recently. We'll go through these next 12 positions, Surya Namaskar, as paying respects to the sun, gratitude for all the life that it brings to the planet and ourselves. Just reveling in the beauty of the sun and all of the gifts that we receive from the sun. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to prayer position. Open the eyes. On an inhale, take the arms up overhead. Reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist, letting the top half of the body hang over the bottom half. This is the first stretch of the day. Please, no overstretching. Let the chin tilt down towards the chest. Let the top of the head naturally draw down towards the top of the feet. Yet pay attention and move slowly, please. You might have your hands on your shins, the back of your ankles. If you have the privilege to bring your fingertips to the earth,
Check to see if you can bring the palms flat to the earth. If that's available for you and you want to turn your palms around and press those palms into the earth and then walk them back some, please do so. For the rest of us, we're breathing, enjoying the expansion of our body as we take in long, slow breaths. Exhaling. Our sits bones are pointed up towards the ceiling. We bring the weight to the balls of the feet. Looking at the belly button. Take the hands to either side of the foot, the feet. Take the left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, take the arms, roll the shoulders up and back. Look up, back. The right knee is centered with the chest. The top of the left foot, the top of the left knee are helping to balance the body. We're pressing down powerfully through the bottom of the right foot. The breath is slow and steady. Your gaze is up towards the ceiling. The breath should not be constricted in the lungs, so if it is, back off some. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return the hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Exhale, take that right foot back to meet the left. Pressing into mountain pose. This is our first mountain pose of the day. Go ahead and lift up to your tippy toes. And then exhale, draw those heels down towards the mat. It's okay if they're not touching the mat. And the idea is you visualize and send that energy as if the heels are pressing powerfully towards the earth. Long, slow breaths here. The sits bones are moving up towards the ceiling. Pressing powerfully through your palms. Exhale, drop the knees, chest, and chin, coming into Ashtanga Namaskar. Exhale, bring the pelvis down to the earth, tops of the toes to the earth. We're going to inhale, coming into Cobra or Sphinx. I like to do Sphinx first thing as I'm warming up. So I'm bringing the forearms to the earth, looking up towards the ceiling. Tuck the toes, bring the hands underneath of the shoulders, press into the hands, lift the hips, exhale, take that chest as if you're pressing it back towards the thighs. Inhale that left foot up in between the hands. Drop the right knee, drop the top of the right foot. Draw the shoulders up and back. That left knee is in alignment with the center of the body. You're pressing down powerfully through the bottom of the left foot, as well as helping to balance on that back right knee and the top of the right foot. Your gaze is soft up towards the ceiling. Take it as far back as you can so that the breath is slow and steady. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the hands to the earth. Tuck the toes. On an inhale, bring the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale with the hands together, bring them up overhead, stretch up and back. Exhale, bring the hands through prayer position at the heart. And release to the side. Do the same thing on the other side, moving a little more swiftly with breath. Inhale. Exhale, open the eyes, take the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take the right foot back, drop the knee, drop the top of the foot, roll the shoulders up and back, look up, look back. Exhale, bring the hands back to the mat, tuck the back right foot, take that left foot back to meet the right. The bottom of that exhale, holding that breath out, drop the knees, the chest and chin. Relieve the pelvis to the floor, slide the chest on through as you inhale into cobra or sphinx. Look up. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, take the hips up towards the sky. Press that chest back. Bring the right foot in between the hands. Drop the knee and the top of the left foot. Inhale, draw the shoulders up and back. Exhale, return the hands to the earth and bring the left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Good, you both side. Exhale. Release the hands. Go ahead and close the eyes and begin to notice how the body's warming up. And with your awareness, take your introspection to the systems of the bodies and just to feel the heart beating. And taking, as the heart is taking this fresh oxygen from our lungs that we're bringing into the body from our breath. Our focused breath is bringing in fresh oxygen, delivering it to the heart, where the heart is then sending it out to the veins. You can feel some sensations around the fingertips and the toes. Noticing how the shoulders are beginning to be more in alignment, the hips are more aligned. Next, let's move through Chandra Namaskar, paying respects. We're about half moon. So bringing our awareness and our gratitude to the other celestial body that impacts our planet and our lives so much. The yogis pay attention to how the moon, in its different phases, impacts the waters of the earth, and watch the tide move up and down. And we acknowledge that as our bodies are around 80% water as well, that our tides, our inner aquarium, are impacted by the tides of the pull of the moon as well. So we'll do the same thing like before, changing only the 4th and 9th postures. Go ahead and inhale. As you exhale, open the eyes and bring the hands to prayer position. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up, look back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, take the left foot back, drop the knee and the top of the foot. Bring the hands to prayer position, steeple at the chest. Inhale, take those arms up overhead, coming into crescent moon. So you're balancing yourself here, again, that top of the back knee and the top of the left foot, and then we're pressing down powerfully through the bottom of the right foot, and keeping our right knee in line with the center of the body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, tuck the toes. Exhale, take that right foot back to meet the left. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale through cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, press that chest back down to mountain pose. Inhale, take that left foot up in between the hands, drop the knee and the top of the foot. Hands through prayer and up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands back to the mat, tuck the right toes, bring that right foot up to meet the left. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, reach up, reach back. Exhale, through center. Release the hands. Same thing, other side, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position at the heart. Open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Take the right foot back, drop the knee and the top of the foot, hands to steeple as you inhale up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands back to the mat, tuck that right foot, take the left foot back to meet the right. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Ashtam Pranam, inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, press that chest back towards the thighs. Inhale, right foot in between the hands, drop the left knee and the top of the left foot, hands to prayer position up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands back to the mat, tuck the toes, bring that left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, through prayer. Release the hands to the side, close the eyes, and take in 3 long, full breaths here. Bringing your introspection to sensations swirling around in your body. Noticing the beating of the heart. The body's warming up. Let's go ahead and move into our first asana of today. Let's do chair pose. So bringing the feet together, we're going to bring the arms up overhead. And you can have the arms parallel or them together, whatever feels best for you. No hard or fast rules. The knees are together, and then we begin to sit down as if we're sitting into a chair. Notice that my knees are in alignment with my toes, so we're not taking the bend of the knees past the toes. The belly button is pulling back towards the spine. The face is soft. The gaze is up on the ceiling. So in between your hands, up on the ceiling. Smile on the face. You're reaching powerfully through your fingertips. You're pressing down through the balls of the feet. Lift the toes up off the mat, just the toes. And in the final pose, the breath is long and steady for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, press into those hands. Reach up, release the palms. Interlace them back behind you. For a counter pose, let's draw those hands back down the spine and then fold forward, bringing the hands up towards the ceiling. This should feel relieving, and go to your degree. Perhaps your hands are close to the low back. That's totally okay. Just opening up the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. Begin to come up slowly, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Let's go ahead and bring some awareness to the stomach. We're going to do twisted chair. So coming to our feet together, our knees together, we'll bring our hands into prayer position. Inhale. Exhale, begin to bend the knees as if you're sitting back down into a chair. Take that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Look down just for a second to make sure that your head and neck are in alignment. And then twist from the neck and look up towards the ceiling. You're pressing into your palms. And you can stay here. Or if this feels juicy and you're ready to go to the next place, take the left hand, keeping that left elbow on the outside of the knee. Take the left palm to the earth. And then the right fingertips towards the ceiling. Lift that right shoulder. Open up the chest and heart. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. We're going to come up slowly. And do the same thing on the other side. This time now bringing lots of internal massage to the liver, the hardest working organ in the body. And if you talk to me much offline from here, I love your liver, and I'm going to talk to you about how much to take care of your liver. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Look down for a split second at the toes, and then twist at the neck, looking up towards the up towards the sky, pressing both palms into one another. You can stay here, or you can take that right hand to the earth, pressing into that left knee. Take the left fingertips up towards the sky. You can stay there, or bend at the elbow and take the left hand to the right hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Come out gently. Let's go to table pose. So inhale, the arms up overhead, parallel or steeple. Exhale, hinge at the waist, beginning to make a 90-degree bend at the hips. You're pressing down powerfully through your feet. You're reaching through your fingertips towards the wall in front of you, all the way through the sits bones. The sits bones pressing back away from you, stretching long. The belly button is drawing back towards the spine. Your face is soft. The ears are parallel to the arms. For 3, 2, and 1. Release, bringing the hands through prayer at the heart. Bend both knees. We're going to bring our balance to our left leg, taking our right foot back behind us. It's square. The hips and shoulders are square, so the middle toe is in alignment with the center of the body. You can keep your arms here, especially if you have a back injury or an injury in general. But if it feels good for you, you can take your arms up, reach them towards the front of the room. Pressing powerfully here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the hands to prayer. We'll take the left hand down onto the mat. We're going to try half moon here since we're near a half moon. So we're staying balanced and poised on this left foot. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to fall. The yogis, when we fall, we have fun. We laugh at ourselves. So we'll take the left fingertips to the mat. If you can bring the palm down, great. Begin to open up those hips. Stack the hips, pressing back through the heel towards the back wall. Your right hand can be resting along your hip. If you feel balanced here and you want to take that arm up towards the sky, reaching up. The right toes are activated, so you're pressing through your heel. And at the final pose, you're going to take your gaze up to your fingertips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, fall out, have fun with it, shake it out. In the spirit of the yogis, we visualize ourselves mastering a pose, and if we can't even fathom it today, we say maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next year. Bringing our feet together, bending the knees, hands to prayer position. This time take the left knee, bend the left knee, and send that leg back behind us. Hips and shoulders are square. We're going to take our time getting into this. And keep your hands in prayer position if that feels best for you. Or you take those arms up overhead, reaching towards the front of the room. Having fun, playing with the balance. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying soft in that right knee, bending that right knee. Take the right fingertips to the floor, about a foot in front and about 6 inches to the right of those toes. Begin to open up, stack those hips. You can take your left hand alongside the left side of the body. When that feels comfortable, take the left arm up towards the sky. At the final pose, we're going to take our gaze up towards those fingertips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that right knee, bring the left foot to the earth. Help roll yourself up and out of it. Good job, yogis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shake it out. Let's take our feet to the side of the sticky mat. We're going to do swaying tree. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Take the right hand and grab the left wrist. Take that left hip, send it out to the side, and reach that left arm overhead. Look up to the ceiling past that left armpit, and then twist that right armpit slightly more forward than the left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. Let's switch sides. Grab the right wrist. Take the right hip out and away. Looking up towards the ceiling. Take that left armpit slightly more forward than the right. 2 and 1. Inhale, come up. Back to center. Shake it out. Bringing our feet about 5 inches away from each other. Or I like to just say the ankles are in alignment with the hip bones. We're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Perhaps you're right here. Perhaps this is as far as you can go. Your hands are on your shins. Perhaps you can grab onto the back of your ankles. Maybe you can even bring your hands down to the feet. What we want to do is bring the hands, if can, underneath of the feet. Press down from the toes. Bend the knees if you have to. Massage the hands. We're bringing prana, or life force energy, from the feet to the hands. Let that chin tuck in towards the chest. And breathe here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everybody bend the knees. Everybody release the palms from underneath of the feet. If you are only able to bring your hands to the shins right now, stay there. That's totally fine. For the rest of us, we're going to take our our first two fingers and wrap them around our big toes. Everybody, let's straighten back behind the knees. Everybody look up. We're lifting our sits bones up towards the sky. We're looking up on the wall in front of us. Maybe where the floor comes to meet the wall. Maybe we can get a quarter of the way up the wall, halfway up the wall. Maybe we can even look to where the wall in front of us meets the ceiling. We get a nice upper back bend stretch here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everybody release, bend the knees. We'll take our hands to the mat. Everybody, let's meet back in mountain pose. Everybody, let's lift up to our tippy toes. Let's bend the right knee and take the left heel down into the earth. Press powerfully through the right palm. Straighten that right arm. Inhale up to the tippy toes. Take the right heel towards the earth. Press powerfully into that left palm. Straighten that left elbow. Inhale up to both tippy toes. Exhale, take the heels evenly down towards the mat. Notice that one heel might want to reach the floor more than the other. Try and bring both heels down to the floor evenly. Notice that the back of one knee might want to stretch more easily towards the back wall. See if you can press both knees back evenly. Notice if one palm is more extended and powerful into the mat. Try and bring both palms evenly into the mat. Bring the inner elbows so they're facing together. Roll the inner armpits so that they're facing one another. And then let the head and neck hang. Inhale, bend that left knee and bring that leg up back behind you. The toe is in alignment with the center of the body. So we're pressing through the heel. We're balanced on our right foot and our left arm. Inhale that leg up a little bit higher. As you exhale, swing it on through. Let's prepare for our warrior series in Virabhadrasana 1. So we're going to take our back toes are going to be turned at like 30 degrees. Our hips and shoulders are square and they're in alignment with the front of the room. We're bending into that front knee. The effort here, the try, is that we're reaching towards 90 degrees. But depending on where we are today, we honor our bodies. So let's bring our arms up overhead, parallel or steeple position. And then slightly turn that right armpit more forward than the left. Sink down into the pose and then soften the face and take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Keeping your head and neck straight, so moving only the eyes. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and open up into Virabhadrasana 2. I need to adjust my back foot and bring it back a little bit. The hips and shoulders are now parallel to the side wall. Take those arms up for a split second. Look back behind you to make sure that your back arm is in alignment with the front, and then bend into that front knee. The face is soft. Three, 2, and 1. Take the right arm up to meet the left, Avaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. So do your best to not collapse the belly onto the thigh. You might feel a shake in the leg. Our yoga teacher says, smile at the shake in the leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, bring that left hand to the mat on the inside of that left knee. Inhale, open up that right arm. I need to move my right toes back just a little bit so I can sink a little bit more. Try that if it's helpful for you. You can stay here, twisting from the neck, looking up to the sky. You can also bend that right elbow, taking the hand to the back of the left hip. And then you can take your left hand underneath of that left thigh and reach around and find your bind. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands to the mat. Drop the right knee. Heel toe, heel toe. Let's come into Kandanyasa. We're bringing our hands into push-up position just underneath of the shoulders. We're going to bend the elbows and bring the weight forward. Walk the right toes back and then tuck. What you're going to do is tuck that left elbow into the left thigh, inner thigh. You're going to tuck that right elbow into the right hip. And then you begin to play with what does it feel like if I lift my right knee up off the mat. And then begin to play with the left foot and then the right toes. Just try. A is for attempt. Give it a few more tries. And when you're complete, we'll have everybody meet in child's pose. Taking the hips back towards the heels. Bring the forehead to the mat. If there's any strain here and you'd like to put a pillow in between the bum and the heels, or even a pillow underneath of your forehead, do what works for you. And take a brief intermission here. And take our awareness, our mental energy, and let's visualize the kidneys. Those two organs down on the back, on the low back side of the body, and they're filtering all of the blood. The kidneys work so well for us. And as we're in this forward fold, we can visualize that our breath is going directly to the kidneys, and oftentimes we have that big belly breath. Right now, let's visualize that big belly breath expanding in the back side of the body so that the entire back is expanding and contracting, receiving floods of fresh oxygen and breath and life. Giving thanks to our kidneys that work so hard to filter our blood and detoxify the body. Thank you, kidneys. And as we like to bring balance through yoga, let's meet back up in mountain pose so we can harmonize the solar side of the body, or the masculine side of the body, the sun side. Let's lift our right foot up towards the ceiling, keeping the hips and shoulders square so the right big toe is in alignment with the center of the body. The head and neck are soft. Pressing back powerfully through that right heel. Lift it a little bit higher, and then as you exhale, bring that right foot in between the hands. Bring the sole of the left foot to the earth. Inhale, come upright. And let's adjust so that our hips and shoulders are square, facing forward. We're bending into that front knee, and we're strengthening through our back leg, and we're grabbing onto the mat with the back part of our foot. Okay, so we're feeling stable. Our back left toes are at about 10 o'clock. Hips and shoulders facing forward, and then bring those arms up overhead. Bend into that front knee. Bring the left shoulder slightly more forward than the right. Look up with the gaze. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, open up into Virabhadrasana 2. Adjust your back foot as needed. Take a split second to look back, that your hands are in alignment and that they're parallel to the floor. Bending into that front knee, looking off your fingertips into infinity. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, that left arm up to meet the right. Lean forward. Fearless warrior. Staying powerful in that back leg, staying grounded onto the earth. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Open up that left arm towards the ceiling. Twist from the neck and look up. Stay here, or bend that left elbow, taking the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hip. You can take your right hand underneath, find your bind. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, drop the knee, heel toe, Kandanyasa on the other side. So acknowledge that it might feel totally different on this side. Hands in prayer position. Walk that left knee back. You're going to take that right elbow into that right thigh. And then hook that left elbow into that left hip. Bring the weight of the body, bring it forward, and then begin to play with the balance. Just lift your back toes, lift your knees, just play. Visualize it. And when you've tried a couple times, or you've mastered it and can bring your legs back up and then come to the other side, let's everybody meet in child's pose once again. Take a long, slow breath through the nostrils. Open the lips and let out a nice sigh through the mouth. Ah. Let the breath return to normal. Feeling grateful for all the fluids in the body. Acknowledging the element of water and how it expresses itself in this human aquarium, all of the plasma, the blood, the interstitial fluid, how all of the liquids in the body combine with the heat, the fire elements from our poses, our movement, with the breath, the air. It's transforming our cells, it's transforming our body. We are different human beings than when we started 45 minutes ago. We have utilized these elements to transform our human body. So we return to the mat, we return to these practices, helps us purify the body and the mind. We utilize yoga to make the mind our best friend. So utilizing gratitude and saying thank you for all the waters of this body. Thank you, water. Perhaps we can feel perspiration a little bit on our skin. The skin is detoxifying the body. Thank you, body. As you're ready, let's take our hands back to the mat. We're going to meet in mountain pose. And do some back bends. Let's inhale the left foot up. But this time let's stack the hips, bend the knee. Look up underneath at your left armpit to the ceiling. This should feel good. Exhale, swing that leg through, bringing the left knee to the left hand and bringing that left heel as close up to the right hand as possible. Find some comfort. Walk your right knee back. The key to these poses here is the back knee. So right now we want to come up into proud pigeon. So I take my fingertips next to my hips and I lift my body up and back. Go ahead and look up, look back. You're going to square your hips and allow your body to sink as best as can, utilizing the breath, staying soft in the face. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the right hand to the right thigh or out into the mat in front. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, take the left hand to the back of the right thigh. Inhale, look up. Exhale, twist and look as far back as you can on the wall behind you. Twisting, wringing out the spine and the nervous system. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the head and neck. Make any adjustments that you might need to. Perhaps your leg is totally happy here. Perhaps you'd like to bring it more into a 90 degrees. We're going to open up the chest, and then as you exhale, let that heart fall forward over the front shin. It should feel really good. And again, the key to the pose is that back knee. Stay on top of that back knee. It might be easy to just kind of like flop over onto the hip, onto the side. No thanks. That means back off. Back off and come onto the back of that right knee. Long, slow, deep breaths here. Feel free to let out any sighs, moans, or groans. We do a lot of sitting these days, and when we take the time to open up our hips like this and our low back, we're relieving so much stress. As it gets stagnant in and around our pelvis, it impacts our kidneys and all the organs, our female organs, our male organs. Ah. Three more breaths here. After your next exhalation, bring your hands underneath of your shoulders as you inhale. Press into those palms. Tuck the back toes. Lift the knee. Press that left leg back. Shake it out how it feels good for you. You might want to do X's and O's. You might want to bring your foot to the earth and bend the knees and press back. Your body knows. Good work, yogis. Let's go to the other side. Inhale that right leg up and back. Go ahead and stack the hips. Bend that right knee. Roll out the ankle if that feels good. Look underneath of that right armpit up into the ceiling. Should feel juicy. Exhale, swing that leg on through. First coming up into proud pigeon. And this in itself wakes up the root chakra. Look up and look back. Come up onto your back toes. for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Release the toes. Take the left hand to the right thigh or the mat in front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take that right arm to the left thigh. Lengthen as you inhale and twist as you exhale. Looking on that back wall behind you as far back as you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Make any adjustments in that front leg. Perhaps it's happy as you are. Open up the chest and an inhale and then exhale. Fold forward and let your body settle on in. Making adjustments so that you are on the back of that, you are on the top of the back, left knee, and that you're not collapsing on that right hip. Stay square. And then let the breath do the work. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring our hands underneath of our shoulders. Lift the heart away from the floor. Tuck the back toes. Take the right leg back behind you. Shake it out. We'll take our legs, we'll walk towards the front of the mat. We'll bring our the middle of the mat, we'll bring our hands to meet our feet, and then we'll bend, coming down. Let's meet in a squat pose. Should feel good. Just bring your hands to prayer position so that your elbows are pressing your knees away. And if you're still up on your tippy toes, that's totally okay. You can always put a pillow back behind you. But we call this the fountain of youth pose. It keeps us young. All things low back and hips. And then from here, let's go ahead and take our hands out onto the mat. Let's practice crow pose. So coming up onto our tippy toes, we're going to lift our hips. And then we'll begin to make shelves with our elbows. So lift the hips, bring the knees on the outside of the biceps, and then begin to play with lifting one toe and then the other. Play with this a few times. If you've mastered this and you can do variations, please do so. If you can go straight into headstand, go right ahead. If and only if you have a headstand practice in the middle of the room. Try it a few more times. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and release, and everybody come back down to the mat. If you have a baggy shirt, go ahead and tuck it into your shorts or your pants. If you have headstand practice in the middle of the room, feel free to do this, or we're also going to invite you to come to shoulder stand. So with your body lying flat on the mat, we'll bend the knees towards the chest. We'll take our arms alongside you on the mat. And go ahead and lift the hips up over the head. Utilize the hands on the low back for support. Your fingers can be facing up towards the ceiling. And then do your best to bring your feet up over straight to the ceiling. Bring your toes together. Your gaze is in between your toes. Up on the ceiling, yoga for the eyes. This is your drishti, or your point of focus. We practice inversion postures to reverse the blood flow and detoxify the body. We spend so much time upright that gravity can sometimes work against us. So these kinds of postures help us to utilize gravity as a tool. So right now our heart is getting a bath, like a flood of fresh blood, because it's coming from the opposite way. Your chin is towards your chest. This is really great for the thyroid and the parathyroid. You can stay here if this is best for you. You can also begin to drop your right leg towards the floor. If you're in headstand, you can do this with splits. Bring your right foot back up towards the ceiling. And then go ahead and switch. Bring the left foot towards the floor. Inhale, come back up to center. Bring both feet towards the floor. Your feet don't have to reach the floor. If they do, you have the privilege of bringing your hands to the earth. Maybe you can even interlace your hands back behind you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Release the hands. Hold your back. And then if you're in shoulder stand, I want you to come out as slowly as you can, rolling one vertebrae at a time. If you're in headstand, bring your legs down as slowly as possible, activating that core. Everybody will meet in a mini shavasana, laying down flat on the earth, hands out to the side, rock our head from side to side and back to center. And to counter the stress on the head and neck and the upper back from the shoulder stand or the headstand, let's everybody do fish pose. So take your hands underneath your bum, come up onto your forearms so that you can lift your head, slide your head onto the top of the head onto the mat. Your heels are together and your bottom set of teeth are past your upper set of teeth. Your breath is slow. Go ahead and release. Take your hands from underneath your back. Extend the legs out alongside the mat. Let's come into bridge pose. We'll bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the earth, close to the butt. Our arms are alongside the side body. As you inhale, press those hips up towards the ceiling. The knees are coming towards one another. You're powerful in your legs. You can stay here or you can interlace your hands underneath your body. You can stay here and you can play with variations of lifting one leg or the other. If you have a full chakrasana wheel pose in your practice, now's the time. We can take our hands up overhead and press into those palms and lift the entire body up.
Press into the balls of the feet, lift the heels. And then as you're ready, we're going to come down onto the heels. Whether you're in full chakrasana or bridge pose, bring the spine down into the mat as gently as possible. Let the head and neck rock from side to side. Rolling over onto your right side. Let's help the body come upright. Let's do a twist. Actually, let's do a forward fold. So coming into stick pose where the feet are directly out in front of you. I like to remove the excess skin from my sits bones. Inhale the arms up overhead. Toes are active. Exhale, fold forward. Grab on somewhere. Maybe that's the shins, the ankles, the toes. Perhaps you can interlace along the back sides of your feet. Open up the heart and then exhale, fold forward. Let the chin come towards the chest. And the idea here is that there's a line of energy from the top of the crown to the top of the feet. So as you settle into the pose, take your introspection and visualize with each exhalation, the spine is growing longer and the top of the head is actually moving towards the top of the feet. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up. We'll take our feet to the edges of the sticky mat. We'll take our right hand back behind us on the mat. Perhaps you can come down onto your forearm. Take the left hand to the mat. And then take your gaze as far back as you can on that back wall. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, take the left hand as far back onto that mat behind you as you can. Take the right hand to the earth. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Taking the gaze, look as far back onto the left corner of the wall behind you as you can. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming out with grace and ease. That's everybody. Lean back onto their bum. Lift the legs up. We're going to come into Navasana. You can have your legs straight up, or if you need a little bend like me, please do so. The arms are parallel, a little bit a ways from the body. Your gaze is in between the big toes. Go ahead and do Kapalabhati. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. Spin 180 degrees. Everybody come down into our favorite yoga posture, Shavasana. Removing the hair bun. Making sure that there's comfort in your body as we transition into this final phase that I totally believe is the most important. So if you're catching us live or if you're catching us another time, it could be easy to be like, oh, I'm done. No, this is the integration. This is what gives us the yoga high. This is where people on the street see us and like, wow, there's something different about that person. So do this. Your feet are about 10 to 15 inches away from each other, and the toes are off to the side. Your hands are about 6 to 8 inches from the hips, palms facing up. At my cue, please lift your left
foot up off the mat 2 inches, point and flex, and then let the leg fly. Lift the right leg up off the mat 2 inches, point and fly. Squeeze the buttocks and draw the belly button down to the spine. Squeeze, 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 and release. On your next in-breath, take that breath all the way up the side body. Feel the ribs grow. Take that breath all the way up into the shoulders and release. Drop the chin into the chest. Keep the back of the head on the earth. Squeeze, 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 and release. Lift the right arm up off the mat 2 inches. Make a fist. Squeeze and release. Take the left hand, make a fist. Lift it 2 inches up off the mat. Squeeze and release. Let the head rock from side to side and back to center. Inhale all the way up into the face, squeezing the jaw, the ears, the throat, and then open the mouth, and as you exhale, stick out that tongue. Inhale all the way up into the face, squeeze the eyes, squeeze the hair, squeeze every nook and cranny, and release. Now that we've relaxed the body, let's relax the mind. Bringing the mental awareness to the space in the upper lip where you're breathing in fresh life. And without any effort, simply witnessing the breath moving in and out of the body at the nostrils. Next, bring your awareness to the belly button. And without changing the breath in any way, just notice how the belly button, the navel rises and falls. It's subtle, but there's a subtle rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation. So with your mind's eye, let's count backwards from 15 to 1. 15 navel up, 15 navel down, 14 navel up, 14 navel down, 13 navel up, 13 navel down. At your pace, all the way to 1. Try not to lose count. Release the counting and let your entire body and mind be relaxed. Our yoga teacher reminds us that we do all the postures and the movement, we're activating our rajas. It's fire energy and there's effort there. And that when we relax into Shavasana, it's for integration, and we're in the mode receptive, all things receptive. And this is where the body relaxes and integrates all of the medicine from the postures. And that we return to Atma, or the mode of goodness. Beginning to bring your awareness back into the physical again. Allowing your breath to expand in your body, witnessing your belly grow big as you inhale. Bringing fresh life all the way up the side body and the shoulders. Exhale and just relax and feel your entire body as it reawakens into this fresh life. Taking your thumb and touching each fingertip. Inhale when you're ready and take your arms up over the head and stretch as far as you can, stretching long from your fingertips all the way to your toes. And stretch from side to side. Eventually, we're all going to meet over in a side lying position on our right side. Utilizing our right arm as a pillow, taking our left hand to our belly, giving ourselves some gratitude for the self-love that we've cultivated on this mat today. The yogis acknowledge the heart as being the organ of love. It emits love. It's the emotion of love. And when we get onto our mat and do practices like this, we're strengthening our heart, and we're expanding our self-love to every cell in our body. So thank you for sharing this practice. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you'll take that left palm and you'll press it into the earth to help your body come upright, where we'll meet in a comfortable seated position. With your hands to your knees, elbows hanging heavy underneath your shoulders. The chin is tilted down ever so slightly. And a few breaths here to acknowledge the shift from one short hour ago in your body, mind, and spirit. Giving thanks to our teachers, all the teachers before us. Thank you for this virtual association. What an honor it is to share our living room and our practice with you and to grow with you. Bringing the hands into prayer position at the heart. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us, yogis. We will be doing this again on Monday of next week. Bring your mat, bring your friends. We're also doing new classes. We've got a chair yoga series we're doing on Tuesday. 30 minutes, take a break from work, bring your favorite chair. I love chair yoga. It's great for athletes. It's great for burnt out professionals, people that are like, oh, I can't do yoga. Chair yoga is where it's at. So join us, bring your friends, and thanks so much for hitting that like button, subscribing, please. We're nearing, today is actually our 3-month mark on YouTube, so we've learned so much, and we really honor that we're building this community together. So thanks for watching. Tune in more. Mahalo, Evan, and we are Live Yoga Channel. Aloha.